y'all. Thank you so much for tuning into Carol's Daily Sauce. This is just an update video. Update of a video or recording that I had already did earlier this week. And most of you are probably already aware of it. But for those of you who may not be aware of it, I do want to share this with you. So, thank you so much for tuning into Carol's Daily Sauce. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to click on the bell. Please remember to share because sharing is caring. I'm going to be talking to you guys about the update with the Amber Guyger case. As we know that earlier this week, Amber Guyger was found guilty in the murder of Botham Jean. I have been saying Jean, excuse me, but I stand corrected. It is Botham Jean. Amber is a Caucasian, or was a Caucasian. She is Caucasian, but she was an ex-Dallas police officer who claims that she mistook her neighbor's apartment for her own. In doing so, she fatally shot and killed Botham Jean in his living room as he was eating ice cream in his underwear. She has been sentenced to 10 years in prison. Amber Guyger was found guilty of manslaughter. Okay, she killed somebody, she murdered someone, but she was only found guilty of manslaughter. And the difference between the two is vast. One would have to be taking a criminal justice class to have the understanding of it. But with murder, you really have to have malicious intent. It has to be something that you may have pre-planned out. So that's why she ended up getting the murder or the manslaughter charge. But she did get 10 years. So many people are saying that they're angry. She should have gotten more. She should have gotten this. She should have gotten that. But the reality is this: we have had so many people, so many African American women and men who have been murdered at the hands of Caucasian police officers and law enforcement. This right here is definitely justice. This is definitely justice, even though she may have only gotten 10 years because it is a manslaughter charge. At least she got some time. This is a very historical case. Botham Jean's brother asked the presiding judge if he could hug Amber in the statements that they made unto Amber. And the judge was kind of leery about that. This case was a case where they had a lot of bailiffs and security within the courtroom because they didn't know how things were going to pan out. But the judge ultimately allowed the younger brother of Botham, to hug Amber. And when he hugged her, prior to him hugging her, one of the things that he did say to her was, "I want the very best for you. I don't want you to go to jail." It has since come out that they are Christians and that Botham's mother mentioned that the brother ended up hugging Amber, the accused murderer, to cleanse his spirit. So there's a good possibility that he had some form or some level of unforgiveness, and in order to cleanse his spirit or to kind of move forward, he had to hug her. Now, that's amazing. That it really is amazing. He was in tears. Amber was in tears, as well as the judge. But one of the things that was really, really, really something was the judge got up from her seat and walked over to Amber, and in doing so, she mumbled some things to Amber, basically telling her what you did was a bad thing, but it wasn't bad enough in which you can't be forgiven. And Amber said, "Oh, you're a really good lady." And she says, "No, it's not that I'm good." She says, "I'm a Christian, and she ended up giving Amber a Bible and turned the Bible to John 3:16, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. And she, the judge, mentioned that Amber would be able to use this to strengthen her while being in jail for these 10 years. What I will say is this is a serious act of love. This is what the Bible tells us to do as far as being Christians, how we are to love those that despitefully use us, love those that walk over us, love those that kill us and murder us. And killing and murdering doesn't necessarily mean the actual act of it. You can do it with your mouth. You can do it with the tongue. As the Bible declares that in the mouth, the tongue, and the tongue, there is life and death in the power of the tongue. The tongue can be deadly, as we can see in these YouTube streets. So, I'm going to continue to tell you guys, and then I'm going to tell you my thoughts. Well, justice must continue to be served, and I believe that it does need to be served for all people. But I am speaking as an African American woman, as an African American in general, as well as other people of color. We just don't get the justice that we deserve for whatever reason. Though many people would have rathered Amber Guyger got more years, at least she was sentenced to 10. And sadly enough, these 10 years that she will be serving may not be enough. She is the one who is the, poster child or the sacrificial whatever that God intended to serve the time out for all of those who ended up losing their lives and there was no justice for them. We really, really do have to think about our brothers and sisters who were murdered at the hands of others and nothing else was done for them. How do I feel about this verdict? How do I feel about the brother and the judge and all that? Oh, wow. I feel like this. My flesh wants to say I wish she had gotten 25 years to life and never been able to get out of prison. And I say that, and I say my flesh because I operate in the flesh sometimes. I'm human. And sometimes I get angry by the things that people do to us simply because of the color of our skin. I'm very glad with the verdict, with her getting 10 years. However, I do wish she had gotten more. The brother and hugging Amber. I'm a very loving and very forgiving person. I too am a Christian, and I wish I could say that I would be able to hug her after having losing one of my siblings, but I can't say that. I absolutely positively love my siblings. I just don't know if I'd be able to do that. I can't say that I wouldn't, but I can tell you that I don't know that I'd be able to do that. The judge and how the judge gave her the Bible. Personally, as a Christian, I feel like the judge did what we as Christians are supposed to do. Show love. Amazing. So she will go and serve 10 years in prison. Like I said at the video prior to this one about this particular incident, Amber knows what happened. She knows exactly what happened. It is still my thought that there was something else going on, because I've heard so many different stories. I've heard stories that she was having sexual relations with her partner. She was hot and bothered on her way to the house, and she wasn't paying attention, and She ended up entering the house on a floor that wasn't hers, and all these different versions of the story, or I shouldn't say versions of the story, but all this additional information. And the bottom line is she committed a crime and she has to serve time for her crime. I am pleased. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. I am pleased. Justice has been served, and it's been a long time coming. Not only did she lose her job, but she lost her livelihood. This lady is she'll be very young, very, very young still by the time that she gets out. Hopefully, having worked in the profession of rehabilitation for criminals, and she is now a criminal, hopefully once she gets out, she is rehabilitated in the area of prejudice. Hopefully that she is. Who knows? I don't know, but I'm just glad that justice was served, and eventually God will prevail. God will prevail. God is going to prevail anyway, but a lot of times when we live in this world, but we're not of this world, and so a lot of the things that go on, we may not understand them, and we may feel a lot of times that we are getting the bad end of things, but God always prevails. He always does. With that being said, please like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to click on the bell, and I will talk to you all real soon. God bless you.